Good afternoon and welcome to the Heat Army podcast. And of course, we are live on DAZN as well. Thank you for your company this afternoon. It is on. The game is on. There was several pitch inspections in the build up to the game being confirmed as on. We've had obviously a weather warning across the north of England, and Gateshead has not missed any of that, and it's been heavy rain. The ground staff and other volunteers have worked tirelessly before the game to get the game on. And if you're looking on your screen now, if we are live on DAZN, which hopefully we are, you'll be able to see that the pitch is looking very good. But on the right-hand side of the pitch, towards the far touchline, that is where there was a lot of standing water. And when the ball bounced, it did bounce initially, but the second bounce, it would more than likely just stop dead. But the ground staff and volunteers at the club have absolutely worked wonders to get this game on. Question marks will be if the game will be finished, because the rain is going to be constant this afternoon by the looks of it. But hopefully we can avoid a big downfall of rain. But that aside, it is going to be Gateshead versus FC Halifax here live in the National League, live on DAZN, and also live on the Heat Army podcast. And let us know where you're listening from in the world. Hit that like and subscribe. It really does help. And of course, if you are listening and you want to watch the game, if you're abroad, you can watch live on DAZN. I think it's $14.99 a month at the moment. The special offer is finished, and you can watch every game live if bar the 3 o'clock kickoffs if you're in England. But if you're away in sunnier climes or even colder climes, you can watch every game live and exclusive on DAZN. And but if you're in England and you can't make it to an away game on a midweek game, you can watch it on there as well. So don't miss a game, and that's every game in the National League that you can watch exclusively live on DAZN. But we do have the teams in front of us. I'll go through them very, very shortly. My name is David Gaddis, by the way. I'm flying solo today because Mark, who is known with me, Mark Carruthers, Northeast journalist and author, is currently not very well at the moment. I think he's come down with a chill after watching his son play football out in the rain and soaked right through. The things we do for our children. But we wish him well, and we also wish Liv Walden well, who's listening in from home. She's just got home from hospital, so we hope that you are feeling well. And Ken Webster would have loved to have been there, but I'm full of cold. Well, it is that time of year when the chills start to reach on us. Both teams have went in after their warm-ups, and I'll go through the lineups now. Sam Johnson in goal for Halifax, Sean Hobson, Josh Hammy, Angelo Capello, Jevon Mills, Owen Bray, David Coa, Dylan Crow, Jay Turner-Crook, Jody Johnson, and Owen Davenport. On the bench is Nat Ford, Adam Adatoro, we'll get that right, Will Hugel, Will Harris, Jamie Cook, Jack Jenkins, and Thierry Latty Fairweather. There's a couple of familiar names there to Gateshead fans, of course. Sam Johnson had a season here under Neil Aspin many moons ago, and Jevon Mills had a loan spell here, of course, and Will Harris as well, of course, was here 3 seasons ago. But this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. Tiernan Brooks is in goal. He replaces the injured George Shelby. Connor Panny, Kenton Richardson is the captain. Joe Grayson, David Ferguson, they make up the back four. Josh Home in midfield with Curtis Edwards, Fenton John, Kyle Hurst, Harry Chapman, and up top is Kane Adam, who got 2 goals last week away to Wealdstone. On the bench, Preston Leach comes in as the sub-goalkeeper. Will Flint, Jacob Butterfield makes a welcome return to the matchday squad following a layoff with injury. Of course, he played in the National League Cup this past Wednesday night. Frank Newbley is on the bench with Lucas Lowry, who has just been recalled from his loan spell at Newton Aycliffe, Ben Williams, and Callum Bone. We'll go back through them a little bit later on. But as I say, the rain is still coming down here on Tyneside. It probably is wherever you are if you're in the north of England. But there was concerns about the pitch before the game, and the ground staff have worked tirelessly, and hopefully that they've done enough to keep the game on if we have a big downpour. That would be the risk this afternoon if we were to lose this match. But as it stands, the game is on, and we are waiting for the teams to come out very soon and so we can get underway. A little bit of housekeeping. If you'd like to join us on the Heat Army podcast, there might be a show on Monday night at 8 p.m. Failing that, it will be the usual time of Thursday at 8 p.m. So we'd love you to join us and have your full say about Gateshead FC and everything, all the goings on and results and previews. Of course, Gateshead do have another game this week at home to Hartlepool, bit of a northeast derby. So if you are unable to attend that one, as I mentioned before, you can watch live and exclusive on DAZN, and you'll be able to watch the Enterprise National League as Gateshead will entertain Hartlepool, who are going to be bringing up numbers of fans because we know the other stand is going to be open for that one. So it should be a fantastic game. Those games have been goals galore in recent years. Can the game live up to the hype this season? So please do join us, whether it's on live on DAZN, on the Heat Army podcast audio stream, or here in person. Get your tickets online. Well, it was James Westgate, the referee, that had the tricky decision of allowing the game to go on. As I say, we'll keep an eye on that right-hand side of the pitch on the fast touchline. That's where there was a lot of standing water, but hopefully everything will be all right. Also, as well, you may have noticed that the new Gateshead FC third strip is available to be bought at the Hope and Glory store, and there is a link in our description on YouTube if you want to get your new strip and look very smart in that one. It's an all black and gold. If you haven't seen it already, very, very smart kit. But of course, they're not going to be wearing that today. They'll be wearing the white and black that they always wear at home games, and I'm guessing the visitors will be all in royal blue. I think it's royal blue, their colours, but let's say they always look very smart, Halifax. And I'm sure we do have a resident statistician that listens in. I don't think Gateshead have beaten Halifax in the league since 1993 or 1992. So there's a big hoodoo on Gateshead's back against FC Halifax, and can they do that in the league for the first time in over 30 years? We'll find out today. Of course, they did beat Halifax in the FA Cup in 2000, where they did make it to the second round. Of course, I think it was Paul Bracewell's last game in charge at the Shea that day, with Paul Dalton and Tony Hall scoring the goals that day. Can't remember my wedding anniversary, but random goals in Gateshead's history, they're always there. But don't tell my wife. If you're just joining us, though, we are moments away from the teams coming out here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's a drizzly day for our audio listeners, and hopefully it doesn't get too much heavier, as we mentioned before about the water on the pitch. But as I say, just between the dugouts, I don't know if it's on camera, the groundsman extraordinaire with the pink socks, Simon Lowry, has worked tirelessly for the last couple of hours to make sure this game has got the go-ahead, and he'll sleep well tonight. He'll sleep even better with 3 points, but we'll have to see what the game brings us. Well, as I say, I am riding solo today. We were hoping to have a player with us, so apologies that you've only got me. I'll endeavour to do my best for you and keep it entertaining. Hopefully the football will be entertaining, and I won't have to pull out some dad jokes. But at the moment, we've got Craig has put afternoon Dave, and Sean Parry has put come on the Heed. Well, everyone will be wanting that, but from a perspective this afternoon, of course, Gateshead sitting 13th in the table at this moment in time before the game kicks off, and Halifax sitting in 17th, 2 points behind. It's very tight around the bottom, and 3 points right either side would be a good boost in the arm. I think the early kickoff today was Brackley versus Solihull, and I believe that finished 1-0 to Brackley. So I'll just get that confirmed if I can. So yeah, there's that was the early kickoff in the National League. As the wind is just starting to come in towards us, and Emily Focus has put well done, Simon, of course, on getting the game on. But just looking at the running track, which is always a good measurement from our commentary position, there's standing water on the rubber track, and it is awash with droplets. So the rain is constant. It's not pelting down heavy, but it's enough to get you wet if you stood out there long enough, which I suppose is the way with any rainfall, I suppose. But trying to give you an accurate description of where we are at the moment. And I can confirm that Brackley did win 1-0 at home to Sutton United in the early kickoff, which of course was live and exclusive on DAZN. Well, the entrance music for the players to come out onto the pitch is starting to play. They'll be coming out shortly for this Enterprise National League game between Gateshead and FC Halifax. You've still got time to go and put the kettle on. You've still got time to maybe open a can, open that tin of biscuits, sit back and hopefully relax for an entertaining game of football here live from Gateshead International Stadium. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon, live on DAZN and on the Heat Army podcast audio stream. I hope that you are settled and ready for some Enterprise National League entertainment. Rooney the Goat is dancing down in front of the stand there, trying to keep warm. Not impressed with the dance moves myself, but probably better than mine. But we await for both teams to come out very soon. If you are listening on our audio stream, please do drop us a like and subscribe. It really does help. We want to reach as many people as possible and get as many people as possible down here in the Tyne and Wear stand supporting the Heat. Just having a look to my left, there is a good travelling contingent of Halifax fans, and they're here to see their team come out onto the pitch, led by Sam Johnson. Gateshead led out by Kent Richardson. And this is how FC Halifax line up this afternoon. It's Sam Johnson in goal, Sean Hobson, Josh Hamney, Angelo Capello, Jevon Mills, Owen Bray, David Coa, Dylan Crow, Jay Turner-Crook, Cody Johnson, and Owen Davenport. On the bench even is Nat Ford, Adam Atatoro, Will Hugel, Will Harris, Jimmy Cook, Jack Jenkins, and Thierry Latti Fairweather. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there for me, but this is how Gateshead line up this afternoon. Tiernan Brooks in goal, Connor Panny, the captain, Kent Richardson, Joe Grayson, and David Ferguson make up the back four. In midfield is Josh Holmes, Curtis Edwards, Fenton John, and then the forward three is Kyle Hurst, Harry Chapman, and Kane Adam wearing number 7. On the bench, Preston Leach, Will Flint, Jacob Butterfield returns to the National League squad for the first time since injury last season. Frank Nubley is on the bench. Lucas Lowry recalled from Newcliff on his loan, being brought back in. And Ben Williams and Callum Bone make up the starting lineup. For our audio listeners, Halifax all in blue, Gateshead in their white and black strips. A little bit of a huddle for the Halifax players on our left-hand side. The captains are in the centre circle waiting for the coin toss. We'll let you know which way we're going. But as I said, we're always privileged to be live on DAZN and having you join us on the audio stream as well. And we've got Peter Walton, who's listening from South Wales. Thank you very much for joining us. And it looks as though Gateshead will be shooting towards the River Tyne and FC Halifax towards the Felon End. It's starting to get a little bit brighter above us. Could the rain stop? I don't know. Hopefully it does. But this game is going ahead, even though we had that early worry of a possible postponement due to a waterlogged pitch. But the ground staff have worked extremely hard here. We're very proud of themselves that they've got this game on. And Gateshead are going to get us underway, shooting towards the River Tyne. Harry Chapman plays the ball back to Joe Grayson, who in turn put it up towards Kane Adam, beaten in the air, but the ball goes out to play on the far side as Curtis Edwards gives the ball to Connor Panny. Panny finds the teammate, but his ball didn't go towards to another teammate. As Josh Holmes' ball was a little bit pass forward blind as Curtis Edwards puts it over the top. It's Going to be a good aerial display from the Halifax defenders there. They've winning the aerial battle so far as Edwards plays it down the line, and just see a little bit of water coming up after the ball there is played forward by Kent Richardson, and Capello launches the ball up in the air, nodded down by Edwards, and Fenton John just couldn't get that under control, and now the ball can be swept forward by Hobson, nodded back to Tiernan Brooks by the captain Richardson. It's Joe Grayson carries the ball forward, plays it out to Chapman on this left-hand side. Ferguson had made the run forward there, but Chapman still has it, tries to get past his man, does, and plays it through. And was he fouled there? The referee says yes, he was just sandwiched between two players. And a free kick given. And I think we might see a couple of contentious free kicks given in the conditions. It's very wet out there, slippy. Fair bit of standing water in places on the pitch. Tackles are going to have to be made with perfect timing, but Gateshead have an opportunity here. We're 35 yards out, left-hand side. We'll level the corner of the box down the pitch, and Ferguson and Chapman stand over this one. Kent Richardson shouting for it at the back post. In comes the delivery. It goes towards Richardson, but headed away. Brought down by Home on the edge of the box, and there's a Gateshead player down with a head injury. I think it's Kenton Richardson. And the play has been stopped, and the physios are straight on. 3 minutes gone, 0-0 if you're just joining us. There's Kent Richardson. I think he might have landed a bit awkward there as he receives treatment. Ben Williams is up and warming up already in the event a centre half is needed. But Kent Richardson is sitting up at the moment, receiving treatment from the Gateshead medical team. Well, they're still going through all the protocols. Of course, you can't be too careful with a head injury, if that's what it was. But he's up. He will have to leave the pitch after receiving treatment here. Does look like they're going through the concussion test. They're talking to him. Well, he's up and seems all right. He's just going to have to leave the pitch. As Gateshead have the ball on the far side, but what's going to happen here? Is it going to be a drop ball or a throw-in? Don't know if it went out when they stopped the game. It's going to be a drop ball to Gateshead. Referee ordering the Halifax players to get back. And we're back underway. As Hurst plays it down the line. Grayson plays it back to Brooks. And Gateshead still down to 10 men as they wait for Kent Richardson to get permission to come back onto the pitch. As they win the ball on the far side, try to play it down the line, although Panny does come away with it and wins a throw-in on the far side. And Kent Richardson is back in play. Throw-in just on the halfway line for Gateshead, far side. Taken as Adam leaves his man behind. Holds the ball up, lays it off. Can a cross come in, and he wins a throw-in on the far side, Hurst. Good play from Gateshead down the right-hand side. Nice turn and strength from Kane Adam. Hurst wants someone to show for him. Edwards does, gives the ball back to Hurst. Hurst trying some trickery on the touchline, plays it down the line to Connor Panny. Home plays it back to Kent Richardson on the halfway line, and Gateshead keep possession. Home lays it off to Ferguson on the left-hand side. Ferguson sees the run of Fenton John, who tries to chip it in, and a lot of standing water there in the pitch as Fenton John wins the ball back fair, but the pass wasn't the greatest, and Halifax do manage to do well and get the ball forward as Bray plays the ball forward as Hamney goes down. Referee says it was 50-50. Still asking the linesman and the referee, why didn't he get a free kick? As Fenton John, ball inside to Hamney. Hamney can play it out now to Bray. Bray to Crow. And Johnson keeps the ball moving. Back to Johnson. Johnson in midfield plays it back to Hobson. Nice touch to bring himself forward and find space as Halifax try and move the ball quickly. Ferguson intercepts the header though. Edwards lays it off to Home. Of course, Edwards has got a wealth of European football under his belt, playing in Sweden. Crossfield ball looking for Hurst. It's going to bounce. Can Hurst keep it in? He can't, and it's very slick out there at the moment. Maybe on a drier day, that one might have sat up for him, but 8 minutes gone, 0-0 at the moment. No sides have really tested the goalkeepers yet. As Halifax clear the ball on far side, there's Kent Richardson to see the ball back, and got to say the ground staff have worked wonders on that side of the pitch, because that's exactly where the ball was sticking in the water 2 hours before the game. As Johnson gives it to Home, Ferguson gives it to Home. Kane at home drops deep to get involved. Back to Home. Cross to Kent Richardson now, who can look to get the ball moving. As Hurst gives it to Panny. Richardson. Chapman's in acres of space on this left-hand side. It's a good ball out to him if he can keep it in. It's spun away. He's kept it in on the dead ball line. Up against the defender. Tries to cut past and still going. Chapman. It's deflected out as Fenton John goes for a curling shot. And Sam Johnson grabs that out the air towards his right-hand side. But a lucky ricochet for Gateshead to find the back to John to be able to get a shot away. That could have went anywhere, that ball. Could have went out for a corner, goal kick, but it went back in play. And on the far side now, Davenport. Capello plays the ball forward, and now they try and drive with the ball on the far side. It goes down, it's a corner. He's given the penalty! Well, he kicked the ball straight out for a corner. I was just my counterparts next to me. They didn't think it was a penalty. But, wow. That's, I think you had to be on the referee's angle to see about that one, but nevertheless, it's been given. The ball was kicked out of play. There wasn't a tackle come in. It was shoulder to shoulder. And, well, that's a contentious one. And it is going to be... Wait to see the shirt number. I think it's Hamney that's going to take this, is it? Or Capello. Can't see at the moment. I think it's Hamney. Josh Hammy stands with his hands on his hips. Kenton Brooks bouncing up and down on the line. The referee has blown his whistle. Hamney takes a big deep breath, takes his run up, shoots. It's saved! Well, Gateshead fans in celebration there. We're not blessed with replays from our gantry position, but I'd be very interested to see that one back. But Brooks keeps it 0-0 from the penalty spot. Fine save to his left-hand side. But Halifax on the ball now. Hobson, a lot of standing water in that area of the pitch. There is a lot. Ball over the top. Look for Hamney, who brings it down. Hammy plays it forward. That's a good underrun there from Crow, and the ball crossed in. Oh, it's a dangerous one. Slipped through. Referee gives a free kick for the push on Pani. And yeah, we're just seeing sparks of water come up from different areas of the pitch now. Isn't affecting the ball. Teenan Brooks takes a free kick short to Kent Richardson. Davenport tries to close down, ball over the top, looking for the run of Kane Adam. Capello's over there to see that out, and it's a throw in to FC Halifax on the far side. There's a couple of substitutes warming up for Halifax. I think that's more out of just trying to keep warm down there. At the moment, Halifax on the break, though. Now they bring the ball forward, and Bray's on this right-hand side. He runs into the box, goes for his shot, and Skew whiffs it past the post. And Gateshead did manage to cover that, but they did move the ball quickly, Halifax, and showing that they can get on the attack. 12 minutes gone, Gateshead 0, FC Halifax 0. Very open game. Gateshead fans in fine voice at the back of the Tyne-and-Wear stand. If you want to just join us, Teenan Brooks saved a penalty. Whether it was a penalty or not is an argument for another day, but at the moment it's still 0-0, and the crossfield pass to Grayson goes straight out of play. Gateshead find themselves having to defend when they were bringing the ball forward now. Throw taken as Halifax player just loses his footing there in Jake Turner-Cook. I'm sure that's a former Newcastle United reserve player. As Curtis Edwards trying to close down the angles. Ball comes back though to Johnson. Johnson plays it inside. Foot out from Fenton. Oh, sorry, Josh Home. Put it out for a throw. Quickly taken Hammy. Gets it back to Crow. Davenport plays it inside to Hammy. He's got Capello on the far side. He finds him. Capello takes a touch. Goes for the shot. Good save from Brooks and put out for a corner on the far side. And Capello, well, he definitely made the goalkeeper work there, but I think he had a little bit more room to bring that ball forward, but he did shoot from the edge of the box and forces a corner. Halifax just starting to find their feet now. Well, they're all lined up near the penalty spot. Something they're working on here at Halifax. In comes the ball. It's a curling one. Good defending from Connor Pani. Second ball needs to be cleared. It has, but only as far as Johnson. In comes across into the box and headed away. Hobson was lurking, but Gateshead do need to move this ball better, and they have. As Kenton Richardson pings it over the top. Finds Hurst. Hurst flicks it to Edwards. Edwards sees, tried to fling it through. There's another slip from a Halifax defender as Hurst brings the ball forward. He's still going, gives it out to Chapman, left-hand side of the box. Goes for a curling shot. It comes back to Chapman. Deflection out. I think it may have been a back heel there from as the ball goes over towards Kane Adam. And Hammy now can play the ball onto the far side where Kawar can let it go out for a throw. Well, burst into life this game. 15 minutes gone, still 0-0, but Halifax did have an opportunity from the penalty spot. Well, battling on the far side, Connor Pani nods the ball forward. It's going to fall to Halifax. So Capello can play it back to Mills. Of course, had a loan spell here at Gateshead, Jevon Mills. From Hull, I believe it was, as Kent Richardson plays the ball back to Brooks, takes a touch, just slows it down, gives it over to Joe Grayson, who brings the ball forward himself. Ferguson Gives it to Joe Grayson. Joe Grayson back to Tiernan Brooks. There is going to be a sub for the visitors. Don't know if someone's carrying a knock. But there is a player stripped and ready to go. It looks like Jamie Cook is going to come on as we look to bolster their forward liners. Oh, lovely work from Grayson. Sees a man on the far side. Connor Panny gets a touch. Can he get a shot off? Oh, past the post. Good save. And Connor Panny brought it onto his left and tried to strike it. And Gateshead looked destined for the back of the net, that one. But Sam Johnson, firm and big goalkeeper. You have to do very well to beat him from that angle. 70 minutes gone, 0-0. Both sides starting to ask questions. Well, this looks more tactical, the substitution that's going to happen, than it is. Well, they're not going to take it just yet. In comes the corner now. As Edwards was coming in, it's been cleared out for another corner to Gateshead. Well, the Halifax manager does look as if he's not enjoying what he's seeing in the top half for his team. Short corner, Hurst gives it back to Chapman. Chapman curls one into the box, but headed clear by Jevon Mills. And Panny nods it down to home. Fenton John calmly gives it back to Tiernan Brooks, and Gateshead can reset and refigure and try and bring the ball forward once again. Home plays it across to Kenton Richardson on the right-hand side, brings it over the halfway line. Edwards to Kane Adam. Adam tries to open up and bring the ball forward, puts it out to Hurst. Crossfield ball in there. Ferguson's coming. Oh, scooped away by Johnson. We'll say telescopic arm there from Sam Johnson, but Gateshead still have the ball. Fenton John on the left-hand side gives it to Home. A lot of standing water. It's coming up after the ball rolls. It isn't affecting the path of the ball at the moment as Chapman gets it to Hurst. Hurst from outside the area. Oh, off the back of Jevon Mills. Falls to Kenton Richardson. Panny. Now it's with Grayson. Edwards brings the ball forward on the left-hand side. The pitch plays through to Chapman. Chapman, he just couldn't keep it up. And there's a player down at the moment for Halifax who seems to have hurt himself, but they're bringing the ball forward through Hammy. Edwards sticking to him like glue, played inside. Still going Davenport, back to Hammy. Oh, and his shot across, he certainly didn't mean that. And Brooks can gather that and quickly get it into play with Home. Fenton John pokes it back to Grayson. It is Jimmy Cook that's bouncing up and down, ready to come on. But there hasn't been a break in play just yet. Ferguson. Just on the halfway line. There is a runner through the centre, but Kane Adam holds it off, gives it to Edwards, and the ball over the top, looking for Fenton John. He's going to keep it in. It's got Chapman and Ferguson. Oh, the ball, is it going to go out? It has now. It's a Gateshead throw just on the halfway line. Took for an eternity for that one to go out, but Jamie Cook is going to be replacing number 23, Dylan Crow. Well, doesn't seem to be any obvious thing there. I think it's more tactical. He's not a happy bunny that he's been brought off. The coaching staff are having to talk to him there. Well, Jamie Cook is on. And not often you see a number 10 playing right back. Well, Jamie Cook was more of an attacking player, but needs must. Ball comes back to Johnson, who's made 2 crucial saves. Or interceptions even, one of them. Scooped it away from danger's path. 20 minutes, and just noticeable in front of the Halifax dugout, the water is starting to spray up and collect there. I'm sure at half-time that will be an area of the pitch that they do work on to try and get rid of some of that standing water. But there is a lot of water dropped down here on Tyneside in the last 18 hours as Kane Adam battling far side, and Connor Panny has went down. He's back up though. He's limping a little bit and he's trying to run as Capello brings the ball forward, still going, lays it off. And there is men in the centre. Hammy is there and the ball goes behind him. Ferguson scoops it up in the air only as far as the edge of the area, and Chapman, no nonsense, hooks that one clear over his shoulder. But now Halifax can rebuild as the ball over to the far side, brought down. Well, can he take it down to the dead ball lane? He has, crosses it in. Davenport with a lovely flick. Oh, he put it past the net. Oh, it's went out for a corner. Looked like Davenport just kicked that straight out, but from our vantage point, there is a corner to the visitors. 22 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Halifax 0. As I look to our left-hand side, the rain is coming in a little bit thicker. Looks very misty towards our left-hand side on the banks of the River Tyne. But at the moment, the corner is going to come in. Oh, there's been... Well, I was watching the corner. There's been a bit of a tussle in the box. Two players end up on the ground. The referee just having a word with them both. It's Josh Home, one of them, and I think it's David Cower, the other one. Well, interesting corner. They're all now making the run in towards in front of goal, and headed off the line. Oh, and there's been well, there must have been a push, free kick. I'm a little bit bemused. I didn't see anything there. Neither did the Halifax commentary team next to me. Interesting one. Of course, the referee is closer than us, but yeah, some interesting decisions today. Brooks gives it to Richardson. Edwards gives it to Connor Panny. Panny back to Richardson. Chapman shouting for it on this left-hand side, but Ken Richardson didn't see it, but now he does. Ball comes across, headed away by Bray. Picked over midfield. The bounce was a bit awkward there, but Gateshead do manage to get the ball back under control. And the rain is coming down a bit thicker. Does look a little bit misty out there on the pitches. Kent Richardson gives it to Edwards, back to Richardson. Richardson has Panny on the right-hand side, who he uses halfway inside the Halifax half as Richardson plays it inside. Hurst tries to send Edwards away on a run, but Hammy comes back and he's dispossessed. And it's just a little bit scrappy for for Halifax on the possession side at this moment in time, and a massive splash there from Bray as he turned, and the water is getting a lot thicker, heavier on this left-hand side of the Gateshead attacking pitch, as it were. Panny keeps it in, looks to lay it off to Adam. Adam does well, keeps going. Adam, oh, was he fouled? Well, surely that's a penalty. He was wiped out. Well, the ball's not fully out of play yet. It's still with Gateshead. I'm absolutely amazed. The tackle from behind that upends a player in the box isn't a penalty. Didn't win the ball. Chapman goes for a shot from distance and stings the hands of Johnson, and out it goes. And what would probably be a routine save in dry conditions is something else when it is as wet as it is out there at the moment. 25 minutes gone. If you are just joining us, where have you been? It's Gateshead 0, Halifax 0. Corner taken short. Chapman can turn, chips it into the centre. Nobody read that one, but it's going to fall to Hurst, who tries to bring it down. Swiped away from him before he could swing the leather at it, but Connor Panny is offside on the far side. And, for the purists, it's not the greatest game this afternoon, but the conditions are having something to do with that. Well, I hate to be full of doom and gloom, but this rain is coming down constantly, and we are seeing a lot of standing water in areas of the pitch. There's no complaints from either side at the moment, but you do worry, especially with before the game, the trouble they had getting it on. If the pitch will hold up to the amount of water that is coming down here on Tyneside as Kent Richardson header comes off Davenport. The referee made the right decision there. Connor Panny quickly takes the throw to Kent Richardson. Let's see, the ball isn't stopping in the water. There has been a couple of moments when players have on this near left-hand side in front of the Halifax dugout. Does look like it's held up a little bit, but it is something we're going to have to monitor as Edwards gives the ball to Hurst. Hurst gives it back to Edwards. As you can see around the feet at the moment on that area, there was a bit of standing water when the ball's kicked, and ball just stood up a little bit there for Chapman, and a foul given on Hammy, being wrestled to the ground by Home. Oh, Johnson is not happy, but he's got the ball now. Back to Hobson. Don't know what it is about Halifax. They always find these big, strong defenders. They always have them. And Hobson is no different as the ball played forward, looking for the run of Cook. Little flick inside Hammy. Gives it to Davenport. Can they conjure something up here to make Gateshead and Tiernan Brooks work in the final third? But the ball played all the way back to Hobson. Mills. Cower tries to turn his man. Well, Connor Panny accused of holding. Stuart Allen is listening in the car at the QE. Can't make the game today. Come on the heed. Well, the free kick is yet to be taken. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get as many men forward as possible here, Halifax. In the conditions, if you can get a ball in the box at a dangerous speed, anything can happen. And I think that's the dice they're going to roll here. We await the delivery. The big men are trying to get around the back. It's going to go towards Hobson. It's in front of Richardson, but the ball bounces through, but it's picked up by Bray. Back to Johnson. At the moment, camped out inside the Gateshead final third. Halifax at the moment. Capello tries to get a low cross in, poke clear by Panny. Gateshead need to push out, sitting very deep at the moment. Good sustained pressure though from Halifax as Jamie Cook now looks to get a delivery in. It's a dangerous one, but too close to the goalkeeper. Didn't get the whip he wanted on it. And Gateshead now can bring the ball forward. Fenton John sees the run of Hurst, who drives through the centre. He's got the man in front of him, but he drives over that side. He didn't really have the goals for his shot, and goes out for a corner. Just took a deflection. He did have Kane at arm in front of him, but it was in a host of blue shirts. Okay, to have a corner. 29 minutes gone, about to go into the 30th minute. And both sides trying to probe. Chapman is going to be the man to take the corner. In it comes. It skids through the box. And Edwards is going to come and get a shot away. In a goal. It's been stabbed clear when as far as the edge of the box. And now Halifax can try and get this ball moving. Jamie Cook is motoring down this right-hand side. It's a great run. It's a great ball. But he has nobody in the centre yet. Bray is there in support. Corner of the box. Who he uses. There is men to aim for now. Bray pulls it back across, and Gateshead managed to clear their lines, but only as far as Johnson. But he runs into Edwards, and Edwards gets to the ball only as far as Bray, and Bray goes for a curling one. Wasn't too far away, to be honest. And, end to end. It's played at a good pace at the minute, good tempo in the conditions. Well, Gateshead have it back underway. Tiernan Brooks plays it out to Kent Richardson. Davenport's trying to make life difficult, but the ball comes across to Grayson. Grayson out to Chapman. Chapman quickly closed down by Jamie Cook, and Grayson can bring the ball forward again. Gets it to Edwards. Edwards plays it forward. A lovely ball for Kane at arm. Gets past his man. He needs to get a shot away and gets a corner for it. It was a tight angle. Fenton John asking why he didn't pull it back, but it was a tight angle for him to do so. As that rain comes sweeping into the commentary area. And we're getting covered here. Well, it's not often the rain comes into the Tyne Weir stand, but it is at this moment in time. Chapman. Another delivery in. Oh, Conor Panny was up in the air. It was a pull on the shirt. There's another penalty, and this time it's been given to Gateshead. This time there's no complaints from the Gateshead perspective. It was a pull on the shirt of Conor Panny, and Gateshead have an opportunity themselves from the penalty spot to take the lead in this game. It looks like it's going to be Kane Adom who's going to take this penalty. Wow. Twists and turns aplenty. Well, I think Jacob Chapman is taking the lead here. And it is going to be Kane Adam. Chapman gives the ball to him. As that wind gets up around Gateshead Stadium. But Kane Adam, who scored 2 goals last week against Wealdstone, has an opportunity to put Gateshead in front from the penalty spot. Steps up, buries it into the back of the net, and Gateshead take the lead here. And I can't tell you the exact time because the clock has went malfunctioning, but I think about 33 minutes here at Gateshead International Stadium. The second penalty of the game, the first one scored. Kane Adom makes it Gateshead 1, FC Halifax 0. Well, the Tyne Weir stand in celebration. Hobson complains to the referee about something. There could be no complaints over the penalty. There was a massive shirt pull that dragged Conor Panny to the ground. We wait to get underway, and we are. The ball all the way back to Sam Johnson. Plays the ball forward at Capello. To Halifax have a quick reply. They'll be looking to get the ball forward. Capello gets past Hurst. Hurst still sticking with him. Capello dragging with the ball. Capello still going. Can he get the cross in? He can. It's a lovely cross. Oh, off the crossbar and put wide. Well, the driving run from Capello. He always looked like he was going to get the cross in, and it was a beautiful cross. It put back across off the crossbar. And then I think it was Davenport that managed to go up the follow-up shot, but he absolutely hit the car park than he did hit in the back of the net. And Gateshead, well, they living dangerously there, but that was a fantastic run by Angelo Capello down that left-hand side. Richardson gives the ball to Home. Puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Kane Adom. Jevon Mills nods the ball down. It's picked up in midfield, though, by the visitors. And Curtis Edwards is chasing it down, and Hobson just has to play it back to Johnson. Ball played forward, looking for Hammy. There's Kent Richardson. Gets the ball out of play on the far side. Looked like it was going to hold up in the water there. Halifax have an opportunity now. Throw in, left-hand side. Capello gets it to Hammy in the water. Absolutely splashing up just off foot as the ball comes in. And Davenport, there's another penalty being given. Well, there was a scream by Davenport, I think it was. As he went down. I couldn't tell you from my angle. It was blocked. I seen him going down. Now there's remonstrations going on. The referee and both sets of players having a chat. He's marshalling them away. Well, we're going to have the third penalty of the game. Can it be the second one scored? It is going to be J. Turner Cook to take this one. Tiernan Brooks has already saved one. Can he save another? The Halifax bench are really remonstrating with the fourth official, so don't know what's happened in their eyes, but they've got a penalty. Turner Cook steps forward, hits it, and puts it in the back of the net on the far side, and we have a level game at 1-1 here. And well, we're having it all at the minute. But 3 penalties, only 2 goals. Gateshead 1, FC Halifax 1. Well, Gateshead will get us back underway. And I think we've got about 7-8 minutes left of this first half. Crossfield ball up towards Kane Adam. Ball slipping around, ball put over the top, and now Kawa tries to get to it, but it's been put out by Kenton Richardson. And this game is fully alive. Long throw from Capello, headed by Connor Panny, brought down by Adam. Adam does get it to Chapman, back to Adam. He has Hurst on his far side if he needs him. Still driving with the ball. Adam still going. Takes it out the left-hand side of the box. Tries to get past his man. Beats him. Pulls back. Pulls it across. Oh! Fenton John brings the ball down. Has to skip past Hammy. And now it is going to be Joe Grayson, who's been done by Davenport. And well, my word. This referee is blowing for anything. That was... Well, I don't want to be a rose-tinted commentator, but that was a woeful decision by the referee, in my fair opinion. Capello, can he open up again down the left-hand side? Hurst does win the ball off him, though, and drives forward with it. Plays it to Edwards. Do we have any more drama in this first half? Ball comes to Tiernan Brooks. Ball played forward, and there's a pull on the shirt of Kane Adam there. There's appeals for it. The referee doesn't give anything. And now Turner Cook can lay the ball off to Johnson. Jamie Cook back to Johnson. Ball forward, looking for the run of Hamney. And no nonsense from home, who puts the ball out of play. Throw into the visitors. There's Jamie Cook. You want someone to show for him. Bray does. Back to Jamie Cook. Jamie Cook cuts inside, and now good opportunity for him to pull the ball back across. And, well, there was Joe Grayson just to put it out for a corner. Well, Halifax at the moment seem to have the wind in their sails. We're away at the corner. In it comes. It's a deep one. There's a man. Oh, Davenport was coming in, but quickly grabbed and distributed by Brooks to bring Kane Adam right left-hand side, plays it right-hand side, sorry, plays it in the centre to Hurst. Oh, and he's pulled back. Cynical foul, and that's going to be yellow. That was a frustrated tackle. Oh, not even a tackle, pulled down by Jevon Mills. Gets out of a free kick here, 30 yards out, right-hand side of the D. We'll wait to see who's going to stand over this one. There's a couple of players there that fancy it. Chapman is stood there, so is Kenton Richardson. Sorry, it's Joe Grayson. We haven't seen this in Joe Grayson's repertoire just yet. Does he have a thunderous free kick in him? The referee just making sure the wall is back. Chapman, he's the one that goes for it, hits it into the wall, comes to Joe Grayson, who puts it straight out onto the far side. Can Hurst conjure something up? No, he gets it back to Grayson. Grayson chips one into deep one, but the keeper can easily pluck that one out the air and quickly send Halifax away on this right-hand side for them as the ball's played forward, and Home just arcs his run and plays it back to Tannen Brooks, who kicks it with some purpose over the halfway line as the midfield for Halifax gather the ball. Turner Cook gives it to Johnson. Capello's on the far side. He's got into space and the ball's come to him. Can he open up? Gives it back to Johnson. Capello, we know he's dangerous on that left-hand side. Plays it off Connor Panny, and it is a throw-in halfway inside the Gateshead half. Well, it's in play. Hamney tries to flick it through, and Gateshead can gather that one up as Connor Panny pings the ball for the water. Standing water is all over the pitch at the moment, but the ball is still moving. There's going to be a lot of work done at half-time by the ground staff to keep this surface playable. As Hobson looking for options, lays off to Jamie Cook. Good pressure from Gateshead, has to go all the way back to Johnson in the Halifax goal. Jevon Mills plays it on the far side, sticks in the water a little bit there. Ball played forward. The ball sits up well for Hamney. Capello. Another fantastic cross, but in fact, it's a little bit deeper than I thought it was, and it went straight out of play for a goal kick to Gateshead. Well, there's a steward telling off some boys next to me for having their feet on the seats in front of them. Very naughty. Okay, to get the ball back under play here. As Kent Richardson brings the ball forward. Looks for a run of Kane at arm. Jevon Mills heads it clear. It's going to be Cower that gets it under control. Tries to turn and lay it off, and he does. Davenport gives it back to Turner Cook. Hobson is going to receive this ball now and brings Jamie Cook into place. And they just seen the ball hold up in the water at the moment. And big splashes from the players as they run through it. Davenport does very well, gets past Grayson, but Grayson's back there. Hammy, can he get a cross in? Lays it to Bray, who's in space in the box. Hamney now tries to cross it in, but hits it off a Gateshead defender. And now Chapman dispossessed, and Cook can try and put it in. Gateshead do manage to get a little touch on it, and now Edwards can send Hurst away on the right-hand side, driving forward with the ball. He's still going. He's up against another defender, tries to get past him, still going. And the ball is still in at the moment. And, well, the goalkeeper does very well. Sam Johnson, calm, composed, and gathered the ball up there. But Hurst was full steam ahead there, running into the box. Can't give you an accurate time because the clock has stopped here at the game. But it does look like the fourth official is about to hold up the additional time here. Of course, there was a substitute and a couple of little stoppages for injuries, so it has it about 2 or 3 minutes might be added on here at the end. But Gateshead trying to build in the centre. Comes back to Richardson on the halfway line. Hurst, right-hand side, plays into the centre to Edwards. Edwards just has to run to keep it under control and tries to turn his man, holds it up well, does very well, Edwards. 6 minutes to be added on as now tries to play it into the centre as a slip. Ferguson gets it to Fenton John, tries to cut inside, goes for the shot, and Hobson stopped that with his midriff, and a foul after that. Free kick to the visitors. Well, as we have I was just waving at one of the stewards there, they're absolutely soaked in the rain down in front of the stand. Is Grayson, man all over his back there, as the ball pinged out to Capello, who edge of the box just has to slow it down. Turner Cook. Hammy puts it back across, and it went out of play. And it is a goal kick to Gateshead. Mind you, Gateshead defenders were scrambling there. Ball judged to have went out of play. And in this first half, still 1-1 here. We're into the 6 minutes of added on time. Gateshead scored late on down at Wheelstone in the first half to take a lead. Can they do the same here against Halifax as that rain comes down more, and Cower on the left-hand side? Oh, the ball is absolutely holding up something terrible here. He's trying to run, but he's done well. Takes down to the dead ball line, pulls it inside. Hammy tries to go for a shot, and well, it's been cleared. But Gateshead, can they get this ball moving forward? They can. As good block by Mills. Read it well. Jamie Cook, the ball just holding up here, and you have to wonder, will we come out for the second half here with this continuous rainfall? But at the minute, Gateshead on the attack. Fenton John, can he get the ball out to Hurst? He can. Hurst drives with the ball, cuts inside, still going, goes for a shot, and stings the hands of Johnson again, and cleared this time. But Gateshead do pick up the loose ball. Chapman, left-hand side, back to Ferguson. Ferguson inside to Edwards. Edwards. Nearly the walk, gives it out to Chapman now. And Chapman takes down the dead ball lane. He can. Can he get the cross in? Pulls it back. It's a corner to Gateshead in the dying moments. And the rain is absolutely tipping it down here now. And you have to wonder, will the pitch hold up? It's already hanging on by a couple of fingernails at the moment. But Chapman is going to take this corner short to Ferguson. Ferguson puts it in. Hurst, edge the area. Can he pull the trigger? Chapman's there. Plays across to Kane Adam, who gets a shot off. And again, second one. Pulls it wide. And, well, that rain is relentless at the moment. I don't want to be a fearmonger, but you have to question, will this game continue after the halftime break? Johnson puts the ball down. Surely we're near the end of the 6 minutes added on. Deep conversations with the fourth official from the Halifax bench. And I'm sure in the back of people's minds, the question is, will it continue as we see the water spraying up on the far side? Capello, ball didn't sit up that well for him there, and out it goes for a throw to Halifax. Referee just telling Capello to go back a few yards. Turner Cook, back to Capello. Davenport tries to hold it up and comes across the box, and well, Tiernan Brooks had to get there. Oh my word. The rain is flying into the Tyne and Wear stand now. It's Gateshead on the attack. Hurst through the centre, keeps driving with the ball, lays it off to Fenton John, who can he keep going? He does, and goes all shot. He did have a man on the other side, and well, Gateshead on the attack still, but it's 1-1 here at the moment in the dying moments of the first half. We're deep into that 6 minutes of added on time, I surmise, because the clock that we normally go by is out of action at the moment. Referee looks at his watch. Still time to be played. As Davenport wins the header, Bray, or Hammy's going to try and chase there. Can he keep it in? He puts it out for a throw instead of letting it go for the goal kick. Trying to keep the pressure on Halifax. Well, Gateshead a throw close to the corner flag. You may be able to hear it on the commentary mic. The wind is getting up as well. Launched towards Chapman. Chapman back to Ferguson. Ferguson clears it over the halfway line. It doesn't actually. The wind holds it up, and there is the half-time whistle. It ends 1-1 here, but the question is, will we be back out for the second half here at Gateshead International Stadium as the rain absolutely teems down here on the stadium pitch? But at the moment, it's 1-1. It's been quite a busy game, quite an entertaining game for different reasons. We've had 3 penalties, 2 scored, 1 saved, and it's 1-1 here at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead 1, FC Halifax 1. And we are going to go and have our half-time cup of tea. We'll be back with you, hopefully, for the second half. So please do not go anywhere and stick with us, and hopefully we will be back for the next 45. Well, welcome back. We wait the teams to come out for the second half. The rain has relented a bit. The ground staff are out on the pitch working out there at the moment. There is only one roller out there, but there is numerous areas on the pitch. We have heard on a Tanner announcement that they are going to assess the pitch for the second half. We haven't seen anybody come out as of yet from the referees to make that assessment. But at the moment, the game was fully flowing, but there is areas of concern on the pitch that has to be noted. But we'll let you know what happens in the meantime. I will go through a full half-time scores in the National League. The early kickoff was Brackley 1, Sutton United 0. Aldershot are 1-0 to the good against Hartlepool United. Carlisle United are winning 2-1 away to Altrincham at half-time. It's 0-0 between Boston and Boreham Wood. It is level 1-1 between Eastleigh and Braintree. 1-1 here, of course, between Gateshead and FC Halifax. Morecambe are 3-1 to the good against Wheelstone at home. Scunthorpe United are winning 1-0 at home to Truro City. Tamworth 0, Yeovil 0. Woking 1, Forest Green Rovers 1, and York City 0, Solihull Moors 0. So that is how they are at this moment in time. Of course, a lot can change in the next 45 minutes, and we're hoping that the weather can change here at Gateshead International Stadium, ready for this second half. As I say, it has got a little bit brighter in the skies above us. Certainly not blue skies, but the rain is still coming down, but not as heavy as it was. Our electrical equipment is absolutely covered at the moment in raindrops at the moment. So it's very rare that that happens here at Gateshead International Stadium. The wind has to bring it in from a certain direction for it to be able to reach this far into the Tyne-and-Wear stand, but that is where we are at the moment. But as I say, please do stick with us. We will be bringing you the second half as it stands. We await for the teams to come back out here for the second half. That should be any time now. And as I say, always time still to get yourself some refreshments, maybe even get a digestive out. Other biscuits are available, and we'll see what the second half can bring us. Of course, if you did miss the first half, where have you been? What have you been doing? It couldn't have been as important as it was here. 3 penalties, 2 scored, 2 contentious. I was speaking to my counterparts from FC Halifax, and they were saying that the first one for Halifax was definitely not a penalty. The second one was more of a shout of a penalty, but still, it was still a bit of a soft one. But Gateshead, they say they got their penalty as Connor Panny was dragged to the ground just on the edge of the 6-yard box. But on positive news for Gateshead on the pitch at the moment is Jacob Butterfield, who is made his way back from nearly a year out with a bad knee injury from last season. Of course, assistant manager here now this season with Alan Armstrong at the helm. And what a bit of experience that will bring to the Gateshead midfield once he is back in amongst the ranks. Of course, he did play in the National League Cup on Wednesday night, his first bit of action, but the real competitive stuff is in the National League, and we'll see how he fares when he comes on. So as far as we know, the game is on here for the second half. Gateshead players are coming out onto the pitch. We await Halifax to arrive. So we are very close to the second half, kicking off here live on the Zone and the Heed Army podcast audio stream. Well, Connor Paddy away there in front of him. He'll not be relishing players coming running at him down this left-hand side of the pitch. Jamie Cook is the first one out for Halifax, followed by Jay Turner-Cook. Let's see, moments away from the second half here. I'm just going to go radio silent a second while I put my hood up to try and cover myself from any more rain. There we go. I'm snug as a bug. Normally I'm not by myself. I normally have Mark Carruthers with me, who's unfortunately under the weather at the moment. But as I say, thank you for sticking with us. So we do like to bring you a full comprehensive commentary, and I hope that me on my lonesome is still hitting the marks that we like to hit. As we're going to get underway here as Halifax shooting towards the River Tyne, Gateshead towards the Fellon end, and if we look towards the River Tyne, it is brighter over there, so hopefully that's a break in the rain. But Turner Cook is standing over the ball, ready to get us underway here for this second half. Gateshead 1, FC Halifax 1. Enterprise National League live on DAZN. Johnson. Big kick down the centre of the pitch there. Grayson heads it forward, goes over Johnson's head, and Mills can put it back to whence it came. Brought down in midfield, a little bit scrappy, but Gateshead do keep the ball moving. Ball played forward, and the ball inside by Jevon Mills does manage to get to Johnson. David Cowan asks, is the conditions making it a scrappy game? A little bit at the moment. The ball just sat up in the water there as Hammy now can send Cower away, but well done. Oh, and a slip from Kenton Richardson. The conditions are certainly coming into play here as Capello dispossesses Edwards, and the ball played forward, and Connor Panny nods the ball, but it falls inside. Hammy tries to chip it over the player, brings it down and lays it off to Johnson. Now Jay Turner Cook goes for a shot from outside the area and past the post. It didn't have any curl on it. It was very direct and out of play for a goal kick. Taken short to Kent Richardson, who brings the ball forward. Looks for the run of Kane Adam. Jevon Mills heads it forward only as far as Hurst, who chips it forward to Edwards. Lovely little touch from Adam to get it to Edwards on this right-hand side. He needs targets in the box, goes to the edge of the area of Fenton John. Nice run from Fenton John to get the ball back. Ball just holds up slightly on the pitch, but the ball comes back to Connor Panny. Inside to Hurst. Hurst turns and Fenton John's in space. Can he put a delivery in? Closed down by Capello. Hurst in the box. Can he? Oh, nearly skips past his man. A good interception, a crucial interception, but Cower comes away with the ball down this left-hand side, and Chapman just shoulder barges Cower down, and it's a free kick just on the halfway line there, and Cower, it hasn't been a free kick, it's been given as a throw-in. Seeing a fair tackle there. Or is it a free kick? It is. Now, just between the dugouts on the halfway line, this free kick. Jevon Mills up towards Davenport. Connor Panny nods the ball inside. Can be cleared by Gateshead via a few men as far as Adam. Just couldn't thread that ball through, and Johnson, good recovering play there. Ball goes all the way back to Sam Johnson, who launches the ball forward. Aerial battle won by Davenport, but the ball's going to bounce through, and Brooks gets the ball to Fenton John. Fenton John gets past two men there, does very well, sends the ball forward though, looking for Hurst. It's going to fall to Adam though, and Adam can try and get to it. Capello does very well. Adam both battling for the ball. Referee says play on. Hurst on the edge of the box. Can he cut inside? He can. Lays it off. Oh, just too much on it, and that goes straight past Chapman. But Chapman does get to it in front of Bray, and Chapman down towards the dead ball line. It just skims away from him. As Gateshead now defending as the ball played forward, appeals for a free kick because of a shirt pull. And, I've seen it from here. Certainly was, as offside flag goes up on Chapman. And it is getting scrappy now. Former Gateshead striker Will Harris is warming up with intent down this left-hand side. Of course, his last game for Gateshead was against FC Halifax at Wembley. Kent Richardson going up to try and win the header, falls to Capello on this left-hand side, who slips and comes away, still gets the ball, and it is getting dangerous out there. Ball played forward. Can Kane Adam hold it up? Oh, it just slips off one boot onto the other and away from him. Conditions proven difficult for both sides here, as Halifax try and build on this right-hand side for themselves, and comes back to Hobson. He's going to put this up towards Davenport. Davenport wins the header. Gateshead do manage to come away with the ball, though, as Home lays it off to Edwards. Edwards has two men in front of him, needs to pick the right ball and goes straight to Capello. He wins the ball, though. So, oh, well, he won the ball. Can't believe that. The Gateshead bench is in uproar. Capello just wasn't strong enough for the tackle. As well, ball was there to be won. The conditions are slippery, though. And Capello was on the end of a man's tackle. And he's in some pain at the minute. The ball was there to be won. The ball was won, but the man was caught afterwards. And the referee is wanting to have a word with Edwards here. And, well, Edwards is remonstrating his innocence here because he did win the ball. It'd be an interesting one to see on the replay. Hobson in full conversation here. The referee just having a word with Edwards. Surprised there wasn't a yellow if it was a free kick. But to me, the ball was there to be won and the stronger man won it. But Capello is going to get back up onto his feet. Well, words of encouragement from the stand. Well, Capello is limping. He did take one there. He must have the world's smallest shin pads because his socks are right down. It's like he's wearing toddler's socks. Ball up towards Connor Panny. Wins the header. Edwards brings it down. Gateshead winning the tackles at the moment, but the ball not falling to a black-white shirt as Hammy gets past his man, gets the ball back from Davenport. Can he pull it back across? He can. And oh, Tiernan Brooks just needing a couple of attempts to get that ball under control. And he just slows it down. Rolls it out to Grayson. Still love to see that tackle from Edwards on Capello. I think the conditions had something to play in the outcome of the free kick, as the ball was definitely won. But in hindsight, it might look different on the highlights. This ball played forward, Fenton John. Oh, the ball just, I'll say the conditions, the ball stopped for Fenton John, but Jamie Cook on the far side plays it off Fenton John and to throw into the visitors on the far side. Wow, I've got a feeling this game could go either way with the conditions. Boreham Wood have taken the lead away to Boston United. It's still 1-0 to Waldershot at Hartlepool. 2-1 to Carlisle at Altrincham as it stands. And Halifax now try and get the ball moving. Jevon Mills looks to get the ball played forward, and he does. There's Grayson. Gets the ball forward, but it's turned into a bit of head tennis at the moment. Grayson gets the ball back to Kent Richardson. It just sticks in the water, and the ball comes off a Halifax player for a throw on the far side. Well, referee's saying take that back a few yards. Scunthorpe have doubled their lead away to, at home to Truro City. 2-0 there. 1-1 here. Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead versus FC Halifax. We have a throw in for Halifax on the far side, halfway inside their own half, maybe a little bit further back than that. Launched forward. It's going to fall in midfield to Gateshead though. Edwards gets the ball to Connor Panny. Richardson. Home. Panny just adjusts himself to bring the ball forward. Can he pick out a teammate? Good work from Cower to block it there as Capello misses the ball completely and it goes out of play for a throw to Gateshead. Connor Panny just saying slow it down, he'll take it. The ball, foul throw. And that's schoolboy stuff there. Got to be better than that. But Capello now takes a throw. Lobs it to Cower. There's appeals for something there from the Gateshead players as ball played up and Capello keeps it in. Connor Panny hikes it up the pitch towards Kane Adam. Adam and Jevon Mills battling. As Johnson sprays it up towards the far side as Gateshead can come away with the ball. Fenton John gets the ball because Chapman just loses his footing. Referee says play on the far side. Ball played back to Johnson. Ball just holding up sometimes certain areas of the pitch. Davenport and Grayson battling as Kent Richardson, no nonsense, puts the ball out on the far side. So you have to go as far back as 1993, I think it was, since Gateshead last beat Halifax in the league. And Halifax have a free kick. 20 yards out, quickly taken. Hammy takes it down Odstead ball and tries to pull it back across. Gateshead do manage to marshal the ball towards Chapman, and now they can bring the ball forward as Johnson intercepts the ball forward for Kane Adam. And there's a fourth official talking to the Gateshead bench at the moment. Fourth officials, both his ears will be ringing tonight. He's had it from both ends. Ball goes out of play for a throw between the dugouts for Halifax. Well, it's like water polo out there as Josh Home brings the ball forward. Well, referee could have played that on. And it's a free kick to Gateshead as Home did get past two players. And, well, the difficult moment with the conditions. He's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. But Gateshead have the ball on the left-hand side. Fenton John lays it off to Grayson, back to John. John can turn. He's dispossessed though, and now Halifax on the attack as Davenport. Oh, well, it's been pulled back. Referee did play the advantage, and it's a free kick just inside the Gateshead. It's inside the Halifax half. Well, Fenton John gets a yellow. He did pull the player back. As Boreham Wood have doubled their lead away to Boston United. Well, the free kick was definitely in the other half. Ball played out to Bray on the far side, and that's a waste for Halifax, and it goes out for a goal kick. Former Gateshead player Owen Bailey has scored for High Flying Doncaster Rovers in League One. He's a goal machine. Gateshead getting the ball ready for taking this quick goal kick. As Brooks, the referee, wasn't happy with that one. Comes out to Kent Richardson, who can bring the ball forward now. The rain has eased off, still coming down, but nothing like it was, and that ball just skips through off the surface and out for a goal kick. Do Gateshead look towards the bench and try and make a change? Of course, Halifax already made one in the first half after about 20 minutes with Jamie Cook coming on for, I'm trying to think who the player that went off. It was Dylan Crow. Brought down well by Davenport. Ball played forward. Cower holds it up very well. Dangerous conditions, and well, that's a very soft free kick given away. Capello gives it to Cower. Stays on his feet this time. Gives it to Capello. Capello puts the cross in. We know he's got a dangerous one. He didn't get any whip on that. And Brooks can gather and distribute quickly up towards Kane Adom. Adom trying to chase it down. Is it going to hold up? It just splashes out onto the far side. Well, this has got the feel of an old school game with the conditions. You don't often see games played where there's sprays of water going up here, there and everywhere. Ball played forward. Kent Richardson gets it under control, lays it off to Edwards. Edwards to Connor Panny. It's been a good performance passing-wise from Gateshead in the conditions. Full-blooded tackles as well, as Capello found out earlier on. Oh, and Connor Panny just upended there. He dawdling is now Halifax on the attack. Cower trying to drive forward, gets the shot away, and in the back of the net through the legs of Brooks. And Gateshead sloppy in possession with Connor Panny, and then Cower just driving down, no one really closing into him, and he fires the shot away, and it slips between the legs of Tiernan Brooks. And Halifax have the lead here at Gateshead International Stadium. Gateshead 1, Halifax 2. Well, Cower celebrates in front of the away fans. Well, Connor Panny, you'll have nightmares about that one. But the work from Cower, he got his rewards with the goal. Well, they're taking their time to get back into position here. Halifax Gateshead want to get the game kicked off. Back into play. Davenport is being told by the referee to get a move on. Well, Gateshead are going to get us back underway here. Grayson pings the ball up. It's been headed away though. And the visitors. Edwards does very well to hold the ball up. Ball up towards Kane Adom. Ball back forward to him from Chapman. Has to hold it up. Adom is on. He's got 3 men around him. What can he do here? He's very little with the amount of players around him. And do Gateshead make a change here? Well, there's a pull on the shirt there, and ironically, the away bench was up in arms there as their player had a hold of Kent Richardson's and well, Gateshead guilty of not playing to the whistle there. Home wanting the free kick, and it's been pulled back. And well, there's a tackle from behind by Hammy and a free kick given, but Gateshead guilty of not playing to the whistle. Free kick to Gateshead, quickly taken. Ferguson can bring the ball forward, plays it inside to Fenton John. Looks like we are going to see a sub for the visitors as Edwards has the ball in the centre, gives it to Kane. Adom needs to get the ball moving forward. A tackle from behind. Referee says no, but the ball is going to come out to Edwards here. The referee just assessing Kane Adom. Ball still in play. Gets it on the attack. Home gets it back out to Edwards. Edwards, just the ball slips past him. And while Kane Adom is still down at the moment, it does look like Will Hugel is stripped and ready to come on. Frank Newbley goes down the line to warm up, and number 17, Owen Bray, makes way for Will Hugel. And Lucas Lowry is warming up as well. Substitution. Well, Bray has eventually made his way over. Well, Hugel is on the pitch now. Throw into the visitors. Straight to Hurst, headed away by Jevon Mills. Up in the air by Davenport. Connor Panny nods it back up, and Jevon Mills wins the header, but it falls to Hurst. Gets it to Adom. Adam crosses the ball in and straight out of... Oh, it's corner. Took a deflection. Corner to Gateshead. Do they have a quick reply? Chapman has the ball down. In comes the delivery. Oh, it was headed away by, I think it was Hammy there. Now ball played forward. Held up by Halifax. Capello on the run down this left-hand side. The ball just holds up for him, but he's still going through. Can he get across? It's deep towards Hugel, and the ball is going to stay in on the far side. And now Halifax can build again. This time they're on the right-hand side. Comes into the centre to Jay Turner-Cook. Conditions today. Both teams having to contend with it, but who will come out on top? At the moment, it's Halifax. Hobson. Ferguson nods the ball down. Gateshead second to the ball there, and a free kick given there. Looks for a shirt pull. Frustrations can't get on top of Gateshead, as it looks like Nouvelé is going to be asked to come on. They're signalling for him to come back down to the bench. And this is conditions for a big man, strong to hold the ball up. And they need Big Frank on the pitch soon. But they have a free kick, the visitors on the far side, probably 35 yards out. Right-hand side of the D. All the big men are up there. Hobson, Cower. Jevon Mills is hovering around the back. Will he have a late run as he's trying to do it now? It goes towards Mills, headed away though. Gator, can they get the ball forward as Chapman was having his shirt pulled on the far side. Ball comes into the box and Davenport flicks it back, and there's Hugel. Can he get it under control? Gets a shot away and it hits a deflection and goes out for a corner. And we can hear the Halifax fans at the north end of the Tyne and Wear stand. They're enjoying what they're seeing. Their team is coming out better in the conditions at the moment. We have yet another tight corner that's going to come in, by the way they're set up for this one. And it comes. Jevon Mills makes a run forward and fisted away by Tiernan Brooks. As Gateshead try and get to the ball first, they do. Chapman, just tried to let it run through, but intercepted by the visitors. Hugel, right-hand side of the pitch. They try and build a nice passing from Halifax, and he said Hartlepool there. Davenport wins the header, but Connor Panny's there to get the ball forward. Comes down this wing, looking for Edwards. It's going to be picked up in midfield, though. Edwards has the ball, gets it to Hurst. Hurst, if he looks up, Chapman's in space on the far side, but just couldn't get it from underneath his feet. And a poor ball there from Gateshead. Just playing themselves into danger as Hugel latches onto it. Now, Johnson, edge of the area, plays it through. Too much on it for Cower. And it's silly little mistakes in midfield that's given the opposition a chance to break forward. And that's how they scored the goal to take them in front. Big Frank stripped and ready to go. Have you seen him momentarily? As Capello on the ball for Halifax. Hugel makes a run through the centre. The ball comes through. Doesn't get to him though. As Home plays it to Edwards. Edwards back to Joe Grayson. Ball through the centre. Chapman. He's got time to pass this out to Hurst. Hurst up against Capello. Can he do something with it? He tried to flick it through for Chapman. And now it looks like Gates are going to make a double change. Lucas Lowry is stripped as well as Davenport battles with Richardson. Richardson manages to get it back to Brooks. Home in the centre. Gives it to Edwards. Edwards sees the run of, tried to thread it through, but Capello intercepts once again. His ball wasn't the greatest and it comes off the Gateshead player for a throw into the visitors in front of the Gateshead dugout. But we're going to see Frank Nouvelé and Lucas Lowry coming on. A real little and large act here. I would hazard a guess we might see Chapman and Oh, it's home. Looks like he's going to be coming off, I think. Josh Home comes off for Lucas Lowry. And Newblade nearly forgot his Chapman's coming off as well. So Home and Chapman off for Newblade and Lowry. So it looks like Kane Adom is going to drop back into midfield. And we'll have the pace of Hurst and Adom and Lowry to contend with the target man, Frank Newblade, up top.
Double substitution for Gateshead. Leaving the pitch, number 17, Josh Home, and number 32, Harry Chapman. Being replaced by number 14, Frank Newblade, and number 16, Lucas Lowry.
Well, ball comes off Edwards, who's been absolutely industrial today in Gateshead's midfield. Ball played back to Johnson from Jevon Mills. Frank trying to close down Johnson. It's going to fall to Gateshead in midfield. No, Johnson does well to usher the ball back to Hobson, and now on the far side they can try and get the ball moving as Jamie Cook plays it down the line to Hugel. Hugel battling with Fenton John. Ball goes out of play for a throw to the visitors. Gateshead need to get themselves a foothold back in the game. Throw in taken. Cook gets it to Hamami. Intercepted by Gateshead on the far side. Can they do something here with the ball? The ball, not with a ball like that to Jay Turner Cook, who's going to take a shot from outside the area, and, well, a bit of theatrics from Tiernan Brooks, but it went out for a corner. At the moment, Gateshead really need to find another gear to move into. As we await a corner on this near side for the visitors. Turner Cook is going to take this one. It's deep towards the back post, headed clear by Gateshead. Can they get to the second ball? They can. And now Gateshead on the attack. Hurst on the left-hand side. Lowry on the right-hand side. Kane Adam through the centre, but Hurst covered in players. He's still going though, gets past them, and the ball holds up in the water on the far side. They need some goggles on that side to contest for the ball. A hazard, we've got about 15 minutes left and make it by our clock here. We are waiting. The ball has went out of play on the far side for Gateshead. Kent Richardson brings the ball forward. Comes over to Lucas Lowry, who chases the ball down, does get it to Joe Grayson. Back to Pani. Pani just brings the ball, tried to play it inside to Fenton John, and Johnson can twist and turn and then let this ball go to Cower on this left-hand side up against Connor Pani. What can Cower do? He drives down, takes down the dead ball line, gets the cross in, comes off Pani, bounces in the area, and Edwards can clear that one. And Big Frank now trying to battle for this one. He's got his shirt being pulled. Wow! Wow! Big Frank was having his shirt pulled off his back and the referee gives it the other way. Amazing. Truly amazing. We'd always give the referee the benefit of the doubt. They're closer than us, but first instinct said that was the other way. A good cross into the box, and Kent Richardson has to put that behind. Corner to the visitors. And the only fans you can hear at the moment is the Halifax fans. Looks like former Gateshead striker Will Harris is getting stripped and ready for action. Left Gateshead and went to Spennymoor. A loan spell at Scunthorpe United. And of course now with FC Halifax. Ball into the box. It hangs up in the air. It has to be punched away though by Brooks and flicked away by Lucas Lowry. Hasn't fully been cleared yet. Turner Cook puts one in, nodded across, and well, Jevon Mills with a decent little flick across with the header there. And the ball goes out of play for a throw to the visitors on the far side. And Gateshead just can't seem to get the ball over the halfway line at the moment. Well, Halifax fans singing up the Football League we go, but you're in the National League, boys. As good turn in midfield on the edge of the box. Can they get it across to Capello? They can. Capello gets it to Cower. Good movement from Halifax. Tries to cut inside. Gateshead covering in numbers. They win the ball, but can't get the ball going forward. And Lucas Lowry judges to have fouled Capello. It's a free kick. As we await this free kick to come in from the left-hand side. Jay Turner Cook. He has some targets to aim for. And it comes. It's a lovely sweeping ball headed down. Offside flag goes up. And Jay Turner Cook screams to the sky because he knows that was a good ball in. Edwards just having to cover play there. Gives the ball back to Tiernan Brooks. Joe Grayson. Hunting in packs at the moment, Halifax. And Ferguson can bring the ball forward on the far side. Looking for a runner. Just has to slow it down and turn back and give it back to Joe Grayson. Connor Panny's screaming for the ball. Didn't get the touch on it he wanted, Joe Grayson. And Cower can pick it up in midfield and drive with the ball. But Fenton John... Oh, well, he's... Hey! Well, eyes rolled. I've just had a little look at the FC Halifax commentators, and they can't believe that was given the other way as well. So, hey, you can't make it up, can you? Well, free kick taken by Brooks. Edwards brings, just sticks to Turner Cook. Ball over the top. Davenport chasing down. Grayson does manage to clear it. Falls to Turner Cook, who seems to be here, there and everywhere when the ball drops for Halifax. Ball over the top now, looking for Davenport. He's going to win the header. Flicks it on to Cower, but Connor Panny does well and clears the ball in turn. Lucas Lowry will chase down Jevon Mills. He's got the ball and he's going to get past him as Big Frank gets there on this right-hand side of the box. He's stolen the ball off him, but it's a corner. And Gateshead have an opportunity now to put the ball in the box. Well, Johnson was trying to slow. He's limping there. He kind of wanted to break in play there, Johnson, but Halifax reluctant to make their substitution till this corner is taken. Edwards puts the ball in. It's across the box and headed on, but Gateshead do have the ball. They can build up again here as Hurst gets the ball out to Kane Adam, left-hand side. Delivery needed in the box. It's going to be headed clear. Edge of the box is ball poked forward, and cleared by Halifax. Only as far as Lucas Lowry. Edwards on this right hand side now. Frank is lurking on the far side of the box. In comes a cross, but it's behind him, headed clear. Gateshead can pick up this ball as Hurst. It just didn't stick to him like glue. And now Halifax on the attack. Far side, Hugel. He leaves the ball behind him, though. The water, the conditions is having its say still in this game. But Edwards now can bring this ball forward for Gateshead. He's still over the halfway line. Out to Lowry. The ball sticking. Capello stays on his feet. Goes past one player, past another one. And the ball comes off Capello. And he's down on the ground again. And we're going to see a substitution for the visitors. Double substitution. And we're going to see Thierry Latty Fairweather coming on. And, well, it doesn't look like Harris is coming on now. Oh, he is. They're doing a 3. Jenkins is coming on, as is Harris as well. So 3 substitutions from the visitors. As Tiernan Brooks goes up to talk to Fenton John, giving him an instruction. He must have spotted something from further down the pitch as Davenport is going to make way for Will Harris. Who's still receiving instructions, and it is going to be Johnson that comes off, who is down injured at the moment. He's coming off of Jenkins, and we'll see Johnson come off. I think he has got a bit of a thigh strain there. He did go down before, but Jenkins is going to come on and replace him. Gateshead are going to make a substitution themselves. Callum Bone, I keep saying Macaulay. Callum Bone is stripped and ready for action, and it does look like Fenton John is coming off. Callum Bone, a little bit of jewellery still on there, having to be taken off. The rain has subsided, not as heavy as it was, but still coming down. Bone gets his first touch. Ball chipped forward towards Newbley, but goes all the way through to Johnson. As Halifax clear the ball, headed out by Ferguson. We've got about 8 minutes remain here, I think. Halifax still proving to get the ball forward. Richardson clears the ball, nodded forward by Halifax, held up by Harris. Does manage to get it to Hugel out on the far side, and Hamnick tries to cross it in. Bone clears it up the pitch, but not towards a Gateshead player. And, well, on the far side, now the ball crossed in by Cook. Falls to Hugel low, back to Cook. And now we can try and probe ball in towards Cook, and well, it's been cleared. Now the shot from Jay Turner, Cook deflected out, and it is Halifax that can pump the ball forward. Only as far, though, as pulled it back. It's a free kick to Gateshead as Kent Richardson cleared it towards Hurst, and Hurst fouled in the centre circle.
Substitution Halifax Town 30. Johnson leaving the pitch, replaced by 20. Jenkins.
Tiernan Brooks is telling players what to do. He's right on the halfway line, Tiernan Brooks, screaming and shouting. The ball goes up. Will Harris heads the ball clear. It's headed back in, though, by Ferguson, and that's going to bounce out for a goal kick. And Gateshead need to be a bit more clinical, a bit more useful with the ball in those situations. I'll give you a couple of live scores from around the National League. Scunthorpe winning 4-0. Morecambe are winning 4-3 at home to Wheelstone. And there's a few others around, but at this moment in time, it's Gateshead 1, FC Halifax 2. Aldershot still winning 1-0 at home to Hartlepool. Grayson wins the header. Harris brings a... Sorry, it wasn't Harris, it was Borough Cross, but now Cower. Sorry, it isn't Cower. Apologies there. Getting mixed up. It was Latty Fairweather who has the ball now, tries to poke the ball forward as Callum Bowen battles for the ball with Jay Turner-Cook. Capello. Gateshead now have an opportunity to bring the ball forward as Hurst drives with the ball. He's got Adam on his left. He's got Frank to his right. Puts the ball through to Adam. Adam in the area. Can he pull it across? Goes for goal and slips as he goes to kick it, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, we are going to see Will Flint come on, as well as Jacob Butterfield as well. And Gateshead will have used their full 5 substitutions. Well, Connor Panny is coming off for Will Flint. And Jacob Butterfield is about to come on for his first league action since 2023 even. Looks like we have a slight change in formation. I think there's going to be more attacking from Gateshead. Make it that we're on 85 minutes here. 86 as the ball falls to Callum Bowen, tries to get it through. Ball played forward, advantage played on. Hamney cuts inside, he loses. Oh, well, how can you pull that back? He played the advantage. Well, referee, get it right. The wind gets up again here. Gateshead Stadium. Ball forward. Kane Adam on defensive duties on this right back position. And Halifax taking their time. Latty Fairweather does take the throw in, gets it back. Ball did look like it went out, but the linesman looking down the line says no as ball comes off Turner-Cook. Gets a throw. There's Will Flint. Launches the ball up towards Frank Newbley, wins the header but couldn't guide it towards a teammate, and the ball put over the top. Will Harris battling for it as Gateshead managed to clear the ball only as far as Turner-Cook, but Turner-Cook loses his foot and so does Callum Bowen, but Turner-Cook did catch Callum Bowen and it's a free kick. Quickly taken. Ferguson to Butterfield. Ferguson. Grayson. Now Kenton Richardson. Ball kind of caught in the air, but it falls to Callum Bowen. He drives forward. He's still going. Callum Bowen. He's just dispossessed by Jay Turner-Cook. And at the moment, nothing sitting up for Gateshead in the conditions as Hugel drives forward to pick up the ball on the right-hand side. It hangs up and there's a foul. And that, I think, might be a yellow card, I think, for Edwards, is it? No. It is. Oh, he's getting the spray out to mark where the free kick is. A frustrating afternoon for Gateshead in the conditions, but both sides had to play in it. A game that will have lots of talking points to talk about afterwards, but at the moment, it's not over yet. I think we're into the 89th minute at the moment. Chipped ball towards Jevon Mills, headed clear by Gateshead. Up in the air, Callum Bowen nods it forward, but it falls to a blue shirt yet again. And Jay Turner Cook taking it towards the corner flag. Sorry, isn't it? It's Jenkins. Jenkins turns, holds it up well. He's trying to hold it in the corner. Strong play from Halifax number 20, and it's a Gateshead throw. And now he rolled that away. Referee telling him to calm it down. Well, Edwards gives the ball back to Flint, and Flint plays it. Unfortunately, it deflected to Kent Richardson, and Edwards now sees Joe Grayson in space. Far side. Ball to Butterfield wasn't the greatest, but does manage to make up for it. Hurst and get the ball back. Was he fouled? Referee says yes. 6 minutes to be added on here.
6 minutes additional time.
Let's see, we're in just starting that now. Ball chipped up towards Richardson, nods the ball on. Capello gets to it though and plays the ball forward as Harris sprints past Flint and drives through. Has to hold it up. Will Harris has the ball, lays it off now to Hugel. Hugel gives it back to Harris. Harris was flat-footed there. Capello now, left-hand side of the box, puts it in, falls to Jay Turner Cook, and his shot wasn't the greatest, and his follow-up shot goes behind for a goal kick. Well, there's still time for Gateshead to try and claw this one back. But do they have what it takes to break down this Halifax defence? Brooks up towards Newblay. Ball bounces over the top and out of play for a goal kick.
I can give you today's attendance. We have 828.
Well, 828 here today, as the referee is telling Halifax not to time waste here. Sam Johnson takes the ball over to the other side of the 6-yard area. Big, powerful kick from Halifax's number one. Nodded on by Will Harris. Falls to Flint. Flint plays it back to Brooks. Brooks. Ball up towards Newblay. Ball bounce on. It falls to Lucas Lowry. Has the ball. Tries to cut past another one. Can he lay the ball off? He can it. Just couldn't get the ball to Hurst on the far side as Brooks comes out and touches the ball to Grayson. And now Kent Richardson to Flint. Adam. Oh, the ball just holds up in the conditions, and good tackle there. And the ball comes off the Halifax player as Latty Fairweather just holds his shoulder there, landed a bit. And he's still making sure it's all right. Ball just not doing what Gateshead wanted to do in the conditions. Ball played off Capello to throw it to Gateshead. The referee saying get back. There can only be about 2.5 minutes left, you would think, of the time here. Nodded down to Butterfield, who chipped the ball over to Hurst, far side. Oh, he's lost his footing. And that kind of sums up the afternoon for Gateshead. It's been a good battling performance, but they just couldn't master the conditions as well as the visitors to break down on goal and make Johnson work in this second half. Curtis Edwards is the man of the match. But is there someone to steal the show at the end and grab an equaliser? Hurst, the ball on the far side. It's terrible conditions at the moment. The ball holding up, appeals for a free kick, but the ball played forward. Newblay holds it up, does well in the centre. Gives it to Flint. Flint over the halfway line, just needs to pick out a teammate. Edwards under pressure. Gives it back to Flint. Flint to Richardson. Referee looks at his watch. There's still time. Ball chipped forward towards Newbley. Newbley nods it. Oh, brought down well by Lowry. Adam on the edge of the area. Gives it to Edwards. It's just skipped past him, but he gets it to Butterfield. Butterfield to Hurst. Hurst, if he looks out on the far side, Joe Grayson has peeled over that side. Back to Butterfield. Butterfield drives with the ball. Goes for a shot. And over the bar. And behind. As he looks to the sky. Well, it looks like FC Halifax have done enough here this afternoon. A battling performance from both sides in the conditions. Some contentious refereeing decisions for both ways, let it be said. But the 3 points look like they're going back to Yorkshire. There's Will Harris trying to win the ball, falls to Edwards. Edwards gets it across to Hurst. Hurst has Jamie Cook up against it. Oh, and the ball just held up in the puddle. And now Hamney can go forward. Harris is in the centre screaming for the ball, but they're going to try and hold it up as Hamney gets past his man. Couldn't get it into the centre to a teammate, and Gateshead clear it, but only as far as Jay Turner-Cook. But he loses out to Edwards. Edwards plays the ball over the top looking for Lowry, but the clearance is going to fall to Newbley. Oh, the ball just hangs up on the pitch. Frustrating conditions for passing football as Gateshead try and bring the ball forward, but the defence of Halifax has stood resolute. Ball cleared. Brought down by Gateshead. Is there another attack in this game? Edwards gets the ball to Kenton Richardson. Adam. There's a man shouting for on the far side. Bowen in the centre. Gets it to Newbley. Newbley, there's a man run for the centre. Can he get there? He can it. And there is the full-time whistle. And Halifax run out 2-1 winners here in awful conditions. But both teams had to play in it. And they took their chances better than Gateshead did. It was a battling performance from Gateshead, but they just couldn't get past that resolute defence enough to make the goalkeeper work. But Halifax get the 3 points. They'll take them back to Yorkshire tonight. They'll be happy. Gateshead can take some positives from this. It was a battling performance. They didn't give up. They were still going right till the end. There will be talking points about the penalties, the 3 penalties that were given in this game. And we'll have to see what happens. But Gateshead will have to dust themselves down, dry themselves off, and go forward to Hartlepool on Tuesday night here, live on the Zone. And say live on the Heed Army podcast. We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone that tuned in this afternoon, whether it be on the Heed Army podcast audio stream or you joined us live on the Zone. Thank you for your company. If you're a Halifax fan, enjoy the 3 points tonight. And Gateshead will move on to the next one, Tuesday versus Hartlepool United. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.